Hello, you Arsenals out there? How are you doing? It's Rusty from Porky's Corner, biggest gob in sport. Uh, Today we're joined by Jerry from Ireland, making his debut. How are you doing, Jerry? Are you all right, mate? Second time this. Earth calling Jerry. Are you there, mate?
Can you hear me now, mate?
I can hear you now, Jerry. How are you doing?
Jesus Christ. I'm fucking stressed out after that, mate.
Don't worry
Sorry,
about it, mate. It's always like this when people make the debut. It's just we're not from an era, are we, where we're tech minded, are we? We're an Atari when I was a kid.
I got my brother's Atari whenever I was a kid, so I know what you mean. I think I'm a bit younger than you, but I'm not young by any means. Like,
Are you in a band, Jerry?
yeah, I am.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I was
no.
terrified about this because you're always rinsing people for mustaches and stuff and facial hair. And gonna fucking love me with long hair, like so. But I figured I'd give it a go, like, because I've been watching the channel for a long time, so
Yeah.
why not?
Do you know Kent? He lives in Ireland. Does he live near you?
You know what? I've been trying to figure out where Kent is from, right? And I was watching the video the other night, and he said West Belfast, and I'm from West Belfast originally, but I live in North, just outside of North Belfast now. But yeah, what can I say? For such a small place, I've never bumped into the fella or seen him, like.
Haven't you seen
But
him
there,
running, Jerry?
no, but you know what? I clicked on your channel earlier and I looked at the commission, the banner
Yeah.
photograph, and I seen Kent with no hat on and no glasses, and I was like, "Fuck, that must be Kent running." So I didn't know he was a runner until I know you mentioned it before, but it just kind of went over my head, like. But yeah, what can I say? I've never bumped into him, like.
Yeah, well, if you see him running back road, give him a pip.
No, no worries, no
If you
worries.
go by. Are you a big boxing fan, Jerry?
You know what? I've been interested in boxing since I was a kid, right? But not one of my friends is interested in boxing, right? So it's been like a solitary thing. But I kind of got more and more into it, as I got older, like
Yeah.
properly. That's why I end up finding your channel. But like early memories of it would be like Ray Close fighting Eubank and all the stuff that was on ITV, back in the day.
Yeah. He
And
got robbed, didn't he, Ray Close, in one of them fights, didn't he?
yeah, and I think the second one was pretty close as well.
Yeah.
There's a good argument for the first one being Ray Close, like, and you know what? I read an article. I hope I'm not boring you, by the way. I read
No,
an
you're
article about. I read an article where Chris Eubank came to Belfast for something, and he's in the Belfast city airport. I think it's the city airport, and he's getting his bags checked or whatever, and this man um, is like showing him where he has to go, and it turns out it's Ray Close, and they have a mutual little chat, and that's it. Like, and it just goes to show you, one's turned out to be a nutcase, aka Chris Eubank Senior, and the
yeah.
other one works as a security guy in Belfast City Airport. It's funny,
Well,
isn't it?
yeah, and it's crazy, isn't it, how it can go, because he should have been disqualified in one of them for a back headbutt. Do you remember
Yeah,
it? He back headbutted Ray Close, didn't he, with the back of his head?
yeah.
I thought he should have been disqualified for that. But at the time, Barry Hearn had a bit of pull with WBO. So he had a really good long run with WBO Eubank. But there were a few times he should have been beat. A few times.
Like,
Okay. Pardon?
yeah,
Yeah, I was just about to say, is it all right to just ask you some questions about what's going on recently in boxing, if you're up to date and that kind of stuff, yeah? All right.
yeah. I was in the middle of your latest video before you sent me the message. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay then. Well, at least you're up to date. Uh, we'll start with the trending stuff and the stuff that's on everybody's lips at the moment. I want to back up a week. You're an Irishman, and I know a lot of Irish people are pretty proud, aren't they, about where you're from and that. And you're probably a
We're going.
Kate Taylor fan. How did you see the fight? Come on, Jerry, tell me the truth, because Kent's gone missing this week.
Is he MIA? Is he?
He's MIA, yeah.
right? So I actually commented on one of your comments where you told somebody to bugger off and unsubscribe. I don't know if you remember.
Is that you, Rabid Jerry?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's you. Well, this is sometimes I have to keep it going, keep the debate going, and criticize people or rinse them. But I don't mean anything by it. We're just trying to be controversial, Jerry. Don't take it to heart.
Oh no. I was just sort of saying, like, it's everything you're kind of, we've all got opinions, like, and I know you probably get a lot of fake comments on,
Yeah.
you know, and people talking shit. But that
Yeah.
fella seemed pretty genuine. But anyway, to answer your question, look, I didn't watch the first fight because I missed it for whatever reason, and then I was like, oh fuck, she got beat. I'll not bother, because I mean I'm not mad in the women's boxing, right? But she's kind of been good for Ireland and women's
Yeah.
boxing, like, whether you like her or not, like, and I just didn't bother my arse watching it basically the first time because I heard she got beat, and I kind of thought though she deserved a bit of credit for, didn't her original opponent pull out and then she went, I'll fight Chantel Cameron then, which then meant moving up a weight. So
Yeah.
I'll give her kudos. But everybody was like, that's the end of Katie Taylor because she's moved up, she's been beat, and that's the dream over,
Yeah.
And then I just thought it was good that she definitely came in, mind you, was on home turf, like, but she came in and wanted to get the win back. So I think she put enough in, and I think Chantel fell just short. So, going on the referee's decision as well, not counting the knockdown, I say Katie Taylor won it.
Yeah. But do you think that if they'd give it as a knockdown, it would have changed the course of the fight? It's a bit like a team scoring first, isn't it, Jerry? The game changes, doesn't it?
It could have been. It could have been. Maybe. I mean, when was the last time you heard of a draw? Like, but I mean, maybe a draw would have been a more appropriate score then, would have been counted. Or you could have edged it to Cameron. I just thought, I don't know. I thought Taylor wasn't doing her usual, getting dragged into the dog fights as much,
Yeah.
And I think it's in and out, and quick bursts. You know the way she does, like.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. Sometimes it happens. So I'm happy she won. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It could have went either way, and if the knockdown had been in there, it could have tipped it in
Yeah.
Chantel's favor.
Do you see him having a third fight, Jerry?
Right. I do. I think you're bang on with what you've been saying. But in all honesty, Taylor should retire.
Yeah, because she's knocking on a bit now, isn't she?
37. Every fight's been a dog fight. Get out.
Yeah. Do you think that Eddie Hearn will let her retire, though?
Well, he won't, and he's going to hide behind the I just doing what Katie wants, and he probably is. But you know yourself, Ross, you said a million times, these people don't have the health of the fighters at their interests. It's not in their
Not of
interests.
the fighter's best interests at heart, you mean? Yeah.
They don't. And Katie Taylor seems to be, I mean, maybe she'd like settle down with someone and get married, but she's mad. She's mad she wants to be, she's up for the fight, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to give Katie Taylor credit because Terry Chappendale, my good friend who comes on here, he might be right. I think sometimes I personally can be a little bit blinded if it's Eddie involved with somebody. I always seem to think that they want everything stacked in their favour, home advantage. He chooses the judges, he chooses the ref, all that carry on. Everything always seems to be tipped in their favour. Even rematches and all that, it's just craziness. And I just felt that she didn't get a fair shake from that referee, but they know the risks when they went in there. They even said to the referee, look, you're going to watch these headbutts. But they went there for the money. So sometimes you're going to get your fingers burnt, aren't you, when you're chasing money?
I mean, I agree. What can I say about, why did Chantel Cameron, did she think she was going to do her in Dublin again?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
did, I would have pushed for, if I was Chantal Cameron, I would have pushed for a fight in England. I
Yeah.
don't know, but a fight in England. Why didn't she do that?
What about a fight in Saudi on an undercard? You know,
Uh,
on this one in on December 23rd, wouldn't it have been better on that undercard then, do you think? It'd be more fair, wouldn't it?
yeah, I know for all the people who came to see Taylor, in Dublin, they disagree with it because they wouldn't have had that opportunity in.
Yeah, well, a good
Same with,
night then for them all.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's where you had people being pricks who really shouldn't have been doing, like, going down the whole historical route.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, some of that we had to remove some of them. I left one up, I pinned it, but there were about 15 or 16 like that. I don't
I read,
really understand all that stuff that happened hundreds of years ago. I know from what I spoke to relatives, and I've had a little look online. The British were pretty awful to some of your countrymen back then, weren't they? But it's not our fault, is it? That it were a long time ago, wasn't it? But you
no,
people, I forgot, have they? The Irish have never really forgiven the British, have they, for that? Have they?
you know yourself, when it comes to sport, it's the same with Scotland, in football and stuff. It's
Yeah,
make sure English, but I don't think that should have been dragged into comments
yeah,
in the talking about boxing match here. You didn't say anything anti-Irish. I don't see why
no,
you couldn't have your opinion the same way I have my opinion, in the same way they have their opinion. And see, to be honest with you, the message I read, the guy was obviously blocked or drunk,
yeah,
definitely, because you
yeah.
you made a you had to go with his spelling, and fucking hell, his spelling was atrocious. My spelling's terrible as well, like, but this guy was obviously blocked.
Okay then. Well, Katie Taylor got the win, and if they do fight a third time, let's hope that it's a bit fairer with officials and that, and that they let the girls fight properly. I say. You
Yeah,
agree, Jerry?
no one wants that type of well, do you think there's a big shrouded in controversy decision with
I
it? Do
do,
you?
yeah. I think the referee lost control of the fight in the first round with a knockdown. I think after that, the tone was set. And
Okay.
then you've got the pundits jumping on back, and they're all employed by DAZN. And I just thought she didn't get a fair shake, but I do think there should be a rematch, and I think they should maybe flip a coin as to where they should have it. I think that'd be fair, wouldn't it, really?
All right. Yeah. I mean, nobody wants. Do you think Gay Taylor wants anyone saying that about her fights? That's why she did. What do you call the Belgian woman again?
Yeah, Persoon.
That's why she wanted to fight her again. You know what I mean?
To be
And
fair to her,
that's
she's a little bit of a warrior, isn't she? She turns up for her battles and she's not afraid to get dirty, is she?
she's a nutcase. She's mad. I think she should retire.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask you about a fight that's going to happen next month now in January. It's Callum Smith. He's been inactive for 17 to 18 months. He's going to fight Peter Beeve, who's knocked everybody out his fought, and he's been inactive a year. How do you see that fight going, Jerry?
Um, so what can I say? Like, I think Turbiev's a monster. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I don't care what anyone says. There's something about people from that part of the world. You can be tough, right? But there's just something about some of them people. Maybe, you know, if Smith does what you were saying, which is keep him at the end of it, that's what I was just listening to in that last video.
yeah,
Keep him at the jab. You've got the reach, which I would do.
yeah,
I like that. I like that tactic. Um, but no, I think Smith's been exposed a little bit, and I think Beterbiev just doesn't care, and he's just coming there to smash people to pieces. The same way, even though Anthony Yard gave a good account of himself, Beterbiev went, "Oh, I'm in with a younger, tough kid here, but fuck it, I'm gonna win." And
yeah,
I see Beterbiev stopping him TKO possibly.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, do you think that Callum Smith and the rumor doing the rounds is going to fight in a smaller style and crouch down instead of keeping it keeping it long? He's changed his style, Buddy Bigger. Do you think that'll work against Batavia?
No,
Or is it a bit late in day to be changing everything?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a weird I don't know
Well,
why
that's the
he
rumor
would.
doing the rounds that his style's been changed and he's going to be fighting a totally different style. That's the word.
Maybe it is, but what do you think? You think? I mean, going on the last video, like you were
Well,
saying, no, use your
too
height
late
and
in the
reach.
day. Yeah, well, but I looked at the Canelo fight this morning and I thought, why is he fighting like that? He's showing him too much respect. You would have thought that a 6'4" man would have bullied a 5'8.5" man, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
So he
absolutely.
surprised me, and with that game plan. So I don't know, but we wish Callum Smith well. He don't really say much, does he? But when he does fight, he gets paid a lot of money. So he's not a mug, is he?
No, I mean, sometimes you're saying about some of these fighters who I'm like, he's a millionaire. What has he done? Like,
He's
you
beat.
know,
Well, I know. Yeah, I see. He's multi-millionaire. Callum Smith. He got millions out of that tournament, didn't he? That he won.
I give him that credit. I was sort of just saying like, how can some of these people be? I mean, fair enough. Smith's got that tournament, etc., and being a champion. But some of the people, like, I think you said Anthony Yard's a millionaire. How the frig are these people millionaires?
Well,
It's
Anthony
crazy.
Yard's not won a British title, Jerry.
Well, how is he a millionaire? I
Good
don't know.
management by Tunde Ajayi, getting in fights with Kovalev and Beterbiev when he wasn't ready for both of them. That's my opinion, anyway.
Well, I mean, it's just madness because it doesn't really reflect the best in the sport because you expect the best in the sport to be, millionaires, but I think this is where we're living now, and this is part of the problem where we've got people who you don't need to be the best in boxing to be minted, to make a lot of money. That's
Yeah,
madness.
yeah,
But okay, fair play, if they're you can't knock someone from wanting to make money and secure their family and
yeah,
all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, I'm more like old school when it comes to the best, be the
yeah.
best and get best money.
What did you think to the Nathan Gorman performance last night? 21 stone 4 in the ring and his short spell down.
I didn't see it. I think Nathan Gorman's been a bit of a letdown, like with all the fights I've seen him in. He came in at 21 stone.
21 stone 4.
What was he in his last fight? Do you know?
I think it was just under that.
Right.
I think it might have been 20. I don't know. I'd have to check. Kent would probably know. We'll have to be checking. Kent, what were he weighing on his last one? I'll have a little look. Go on.
I didn't watch that one. Partly because it doesn't really interest me. Like, I'm kind of looking forward to the Conlan fight tonight, and then the undercard.
Against Gill.
Um, yeah, so I've been sort of waiting for that this weekend, basically. And I'm
Yeah.
not, by the way, I just don't by default support a hometown fighter. Conlan kind of rolls me up the wrong way a wee bit, but
Does
you know,
he?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he's a great little
Um,
fighter, Conlan. I really rate him, mate.
his skills are fantastic, but
Yeah.
let's face it, he's going to need to do better. Then we all know now he's got glass chin or glass
Yeah.
jaw.
You Irish,
He
sorry, I don't mean that in a derogatory remark, but the Irish, if somebody's got a glass chin, they're quick to point it out, aren't they, if it's one of their own?
gotta. I mean, if you've got that, it's just because the knockouts were so bad. If you've got that, and you need to do something extra. Look at Vladimir. Um, Man realized I can get put in my arse here. I'm going to fight a certain way to negate that, and he went on that 10-year run and
Yeah.
fought in a way most people didn't like. But I never appreciated him until much later in his career. But I do appreciate him now, and I'm just saying that as an example because he realized he could get flattened, and then he did something about it. So if Mick Conlan's going to get a world title, and I am skeptical about this, if he's going to get a world title, he needs to do more then than not be touched. He can't be going in with guys who can really punch and then just end up being punched through the ropes again like Lee Wood did. And I know he's a monster puncher, Lee Wood, like, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I thought Conlan were doing really, really well in that fight till he got knocked out.
He was. He was, and that seems to be Lee Wood's thing now. I'll get
Yeah.
you in the middle, once I send you the button moon, as you would say.
All right. Fury against Usyk, Feb 17th, Jerry. Does it happen? Yes or no?
When you put it the way you put it in the videos, like lay all the video or the evidence out, it isn't going to happen, is it? He's going to have Christmas. He's going to be drinking, eating. He's going to be fat as a pig, Michelin man.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Can't
But do
see.
you know what? He could easily surprise us, and turn up 17 stone, 18 stone, couldn't he? And starve us to all Christmas and train like a Trojan. But somehow I doubt it. I very much doubt it. He's going to do what he wants, isn't he, Tyson?
I don't think so. I feel a bit pissed off for Usyk. That man wants to get on with it, and he's being denied by Tyson Fury and the way boxing is at the minute. And that's just another piss take. That would demoralize me as a sportsman if I couldn't get the other best guy to fight me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Usyk, he strikes me as like that type of guy that wants to go down in history and wants to leave a legacy. I've seen him do interviews where he wants to do his family name and his father who passed away proud and be undisputed in both weights now. He's only one fight from doing everything he's always wanted to do, isn't he, really? So I think he's down for the fight, Usyk. I do.
Hats off to him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
admirable
I like him.
stuff.
Yeah, me and Kent like Usyk. What do you think to Spotty Frank Eubank, Eddie's little runaround for at Matchroom? In the last 12 months, he's nearly matched Eddie for interviews. He's done the second most interviews in boxing from like promotional teams across the board. If you look on the YouTube analytics, are we seeing more of Frank Spotty Smith than we've ever seen, or is he just getting brave now?
Right. Just so you know, I haven't watched IFL in a couple of years now because of all the stuff that you point out constantly.
Yeah.
So I don't watch for this shit, right? But I obviously know what's going on with obviously things
Because he does other interviews, doesn't he, on other outlets?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But what I'm going to say is, I can only see that as like, is he some kind of prodigy that Eddie Hearn's kind of grooming to be? He's like almost like second in command at the minute now, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know. I can just sort of understand that tactic of bombardment of interviews. They're doing that to put out it's like political almost, and all the casuals, even though I couldn't say I was a casual but maybe a slightly more informed one, but like, all the people who kind of read the back of the Daily Star, and that's the height of their sports news, snippets here and there. All these people buy all that stuff because it's constantly, I seen an IFL video today and Frank Smith said this, and it's being taken as gospel, and particularly because there's so many videos pushing it out there, people they're just buying it hook, line, and sinker,
Well, he's turned around this morning and he said no matter what happens with this appeal in January, it doesn't change anything. Ben Eubank is on. And I've seen Gareth A. Davis, the Gads, come out today, and he said he can see it being an unlicensed fight now. Is that
it's funny?
You
said that, and it's funny he said that because I think though he'll be banned, the fight will have to be called off. I don't know how they announced. What did he say last Monday? Did he say last Monday the fight was on, and then like a couple of days later said it's off? Right. So
they said it was on Monday morning, and no, Monday afternoon, and then Wednesday morning it were off. Eddie said, but now they're saying it's still on. So I don't know what they're doing with our emotions as boxing fans, but I don't know. It's like the dangling a carrot and then taking it away all the time. But if I were a boxing person who lives, if I a boxing fan who lived down there and I wanted to go to this fight, because I can't go to matchroom shows, but if I wanted to go to this fight, I'd be worried about buying a ticket after what happened last October and booking hotels and that. And is it going to be the
And
same scenario again?
yeah, Jesus, I wouldn't buy a ticket. They're messing with fans, like, and they're messing with all the people who are interested in that fight. Like, I'm only interested because, and it's like I'm only interested that much because I want Conor Ben taking down pegs, many pegs, because he's went up way too high for a guy that's done nothing. But the fight's bullshit. Like, it's being made off the back of the fact that they're two dads fought each other and were rivals. It's nonsense. Like, it's gimmicky shit, you know.
Yeah. Do you feel that we've not learned anything from Kell Brook and Golovkin? You know, welterweight and a middleweight. Think we haven't learned anything from that?
Well, the likes of us have, but you
They
know,
haven't,
like
have they?
the likes of promoters want to make these gimmick fights. You know, I mean, that fight was years ago. It should happen years ago if it was going to happen. But it happened so late. You know, that's another one that I wasn't really interested in. Although I knew. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the Khan fight. The
No,
Golovkin fight.
you meant Eubank Golovkin, didn't you? That didn't happen. Is that what you meant, Jerry?
I actually meant the Amir Khan fight, and the Amir Khan fight and Kell Brook should have fought years ago. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Golovkin fight, you know, I can't get my head around. Is money that attractive that you know, Kell Brook thought I might have a chance here with this guy? You know,
Yeah.
because I can't see him. I can't see someone getting in the ring with somebody so dangerous like that if they didn't think, you know, unless they were completely brainwashed by their trainer that they had a chance. So I sort of be like, well, he must have thought he could beat Golovkin. Otherwise, he's lost the plot. But he got in with him and he got his eye socket destroyed. So, you know what I mean?
Well, the word at the moment is Kell Brooks in Fuerteventura training, and if there's an issue with Ben Eubank, Kell Brooks going to step in and fight either one of them. That's the word doing the rounds at the moment. That's the serious word, and that's gospel.
Well, if I had to choose somebody who he was going to fight out of the two, I would hope it was Eubank.
Yeah.
Because Crusher Ben, like, he's a joke. Like, I mean, at least Eubank Junior's more credible,
Yeah.
and maybe Brook would be a good fight. Maybe that would be a good fight. Like, you know, if Brook
Eubank.
isn't finished, like, yeah, Eubank and Brook, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Kell Brook, and obviously not. It's not because he lives up here. I just think he's a pretty solid pro, but maybe he's at end of his career and coming really, really downhill. But it's all about getting that one more fight out in it for them. They just want to wring that little bit more out, don't they? But I keep seeing it in a lot of fights, and I think sooner or later, touch wood, it don't happen. I think sooner or later somebody's going to come a cropper, Jerry. You know, we're just trying to get that, just that little bit more out of the career and messing with weights and stuff. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I agree. And it's kind of sad because, you know, for all intents and purposes, Brooks got his left with his faculties intact, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a busted up eye socket, but, you know, his brains aren't scrambled yet. What does he need to do that for? Is he skint or something, or, you know, is he
No,
running out of dough?
no, I know he lives near a friend of mine, Kelly, in Skint. No house he lives in. He's far from Skint, but I think he doesn't strike me as one of them kids that's going to be a pundit or go and set a business up. He all his life, Kelly's just been boxing, hasn't he? And I think that's all he knows. You
You're
know,
probably right. That's the fate with a lot of guys who retire, I suppose, and then get
yeah.
suckered back into it. It's
Mm.
sad, but I mean, get into boxing or get into gardening or something, Kel. You know, I mean,
Gardening. Do you like gardening, Jerry?
nah,
uh,
no.
Anthony Joshua, he's got a new trainer, Ben Davidson. Sam Jones has come out and said he's a better fit with Ben Davidson, but a few weeks ago he said that Derek James were elite and a great fit. So he changes his mind like the wind. But do you see Anthony Joshua beating the guy he's fighting on the 23rd?
Otto Wallen.
Yeah, I'll tell Wallen.
I think it could go either way.
Yeah.
I think Wallen's like not. He's not terrible.
Mm.
Maybe not a massive compliment, but he's not terrible, right? And he's a southpaw, and he can move a bit. And I think when he gets the bit between his teeth, like we're seeing with him against Fury, I think he might be like I could go in for the kill here because
Yeah.
Josh mentally fragile. I could go in for the kill, and who knows what'll happen if he does. But it could go either way. Technically, Joshua, you could beat him, but Joshua obviously is. Seen an interview with him actually a couple of weeks ago on the Louis Theroux program,
Yeah.
and I think I feel a bit sorry for him. I think the fella's very frustrated with he's got a lot of pressure on him, like, and I've never been a fan per se, but I've not hated him, and that says a lot for me, like, because there's a lot of boxers I don't like,
Yeah.
But I think I could go either way. I don't know if it was Julian said he fancies Otto Wallen or not, but I think it could go either way. And I haven't a clue who would be favourite for that. I haven't a clue. What do you think?
Well, I'd like to see Otto Wallen ice him in round one, but I don't think that'll happen. I think it could go distance. It could, well, that's how I'll just tell it straight, but it could go distance this. But if it does, and we're all saying Wallen's won by 3 rounds, he ain't going to get the nod over there, is he?
No, it would need to be. I think it would need to be.
He'd need to win 9 rounds, wouldn't
Yeah. Either that or I always remember reading a bit in Larry Holmes's book where he sort of said, I didn't get the Michael Spinks decision because the boxing fraternity was finished and wanted to see the back of me.
he? Yeah.
And, if I firmly believe what he was saying, and I actually think, that can happen to anyone. And whenever they want you gone, they can get you gone, So we'll see, because maybe, like they were done with Vladimir. So that's why even in Germany, they decided to give Fury the nod, and nobody expected that, even though it was kind of like, predominantly Fury beating Vlad there, like, but you never know, like maybe Vaughan gets a fair decision if he does take the points.
Yeah.
It's part of why, isn't it?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Amir Khan bumped into Mario Kindelan, who beat him for gold medal in Athens 2004, and he asked him if he knew anybody who'd buy his gold medal for $5,000, and Amir, because he's trying to get somewhere to live and buy an house or something, and Amir Khan said, "You're keeping your medal. I'm going to give you $5,000." I think that's fantastic, you.
Oh my god, I didn't hear that. That is incredible.
I've got the video here.
I'm,
I'll send you the little clip here. Yeah, I'll send you it. No,
and I'll be honest, I never really liked Amir Khan, but that's nice. I like that, respect that a lot.
Yeah, Phil Jeffries has just sent me this now. Look, here we are, Jerry. Here you go. Have a look at that, Jerry. Can you look at it while you're on promo, or do you have to look after?
No, I'll try it now.
Well,
actually, yeah, I should be able to. Hang on, bear with me. You still there? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm still here, mate. Go on, carry on. You have a little watch of that. Yeah, well done, Amir Khan.
Jeez.
We need more people like Amir Khan.
That's unbelievable, mate.
That's nice, that, isn't it, Jerry?
Yeah. You know what? More people like that. Yeah, whole world needs more people like that.
The class act, isn't he, Amir Khan?
Don't know much about what his personality is like, as a, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
haven't watched no interviews with him. Like he always just kind of wind me up. You still there, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Kind of used to wind me up a bit because we'll probably get that if we ever do another Zoom, right? But I just
Yeah.
kind of thought he was a bit of a hype train. You know, what did he get? A silver medal in the Olympics?
Yeah, only 17, wasn't
You know, and I always remember watching the Willie Lemon fight, and when he got knocked down, I was like,
he? Yeah.
nice one. But anyway,
He
yeah,
ended
you
up
know,
getting a few quid, didn't he? He did well, didn't he, Amir?
yeah. So do you know what? That's incredible, and I really respect that. I respect that a lot.
Uh, Go on, sorry, I'm going to say. Have you got a Twitter handle or social media handles, Jerry? If anybody wants to follow you?
If I said I don't, would you be pissed off? I have no social media other than the band page.
No, you're on YouTube. Oh, what's your band called that you're in, Jerry?
This, right, I'll send you a name. Rabid Bitch of the North.
Rabid Bitch of the North. Is that off Ireland, obviously, north of Ireland, yeah? Do you get many
Oh,
gigs?
I've been all over the UK, like so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been abroad as well. But um, halfway through COVID, the two guys who was in the band left, and I've actually been trying to build up a new lineup over the last couple of years, and I just need a drummer now, so I haven't been doing anything in a couple of years. The last gig I did was in Germany, and that was just before lockdown happened, and I haven't played since live, so I'm hoping to get it back again.
Well, good luck to you, Jerry, with your band.
Thanks
Thanks for
very much,
coming
mate.
on. Listen, I'm impressed. I'd like to ask you on again if that's all right, Jerry. You spoke very clear. Would you
Thanks
like
very
that?
much,
Yeah,
mate.
that's
I
brilliant.
did, yeah.
Thank you very much. We're not savages after all, Joe. And do you know what? Maybe I were a
I'm
bit
shit.
harsh. Maybe I were a bit harsh on Rob Kelly's opinion on boxing this time because he got my number, Rob, and I do like Rob. But I didn't think he gave a proper opinion about on the Taylor Chantel Cameron fight. But boxing's all about emotions. It's subjective, in it. So I do think that all you Irish lads, you all know your boxing. Because when I've just took one look at you now, and I thought, oh my God, what's going to go on here? Well, you spoke very clear. And you've been great. You've been a great addition coming on here. So, and just like Kent and obviously Rob Kelly, he knows his boxing and that. Maybe I don't. Well, listen, thanks for coming on, Jerry. You've been great, and have a great weekend. What's left of it? It's only Saturday, 5:30, and it's 6 o'clock. I was in the middle of watching Smokey Bandit when you text back and said, "Yeah, I'll come on." I'm going to watch it now. I like to reminisce from 80s, 70s, when I'm on my own on a weekend.
Well,
So
I'm the youngest in my house, so I was brought up with all that sort of stuff. Even though I grew up in the 80s and 90s, I was because I'm 40, so I am. So
yeah, yeah,
my younger brothers and stuff would be your age. So
yeah.
I've
50.
seen all. I love all that stuff too.
Brilliant. All right, Jerry. Listen, you take care and have a great evening.
You too, mate. Thanks very much, and I really appreciate that. Okay,
Thank you. Take care, Jerry. Bye.
take it easy, mate. Bye bye.
Well, that was Jerry from Ireland. Women love him, men want to be him. I enjoyed that actually. A very well spoken fella, polite. Didn't speak over me. Didn't get excited. To say he said he were a bit nervous. The Tash in for me, or we call them muzzies where we live, but he's in a band and that's what birds like, don't they? Like that heavy metal look or whatever. I don't know. I haven't thought of a name for Jerry yet, but Bono would be a good thing. But the Gad's trying to do that with his sunglasses, so we'll just call him Jerry, eh? But if you need to follow Jerry on YouTube, I think he leaves comments on the videos and he's called Rabid Jerry. All right. Thank you, Jerry, for coming on. A nice fella, and he'll be coming on again. I enjoyed that. Everybody have a great weekend. You take care, and let's settle down for the boxing now after I finish watching Burt Reynolds just burn up the village in this Trans Am. Go on. Peace out.